Hey, what's up, good people? What's going on, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? I want to apologize, guys. It was my fault. It wasn't Shay's fault today, and it wasn't Q's fault. It was my fault that we're late. So I apologize in advance. As always, let me introduce my amazing panel to you. First, we're going to welcome the lady of the hour. This is Shay. What's going on, sweetheart?
What's going on? And it's never my fault.
It's
I'm
always
glad
your
you was
fault.
honest.
All right, next we're going to bring Mr. Q to the show. What's up, man? What's going on with you?
Yo,
What's going on?
what
So
up,
listen,
everybody?
so everybody wore hats. What's up with that?
It was literally a coincidence.
Right.
Literally, it's crazy. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is episode 35. This is the state of uh our culture, black culture. We got some great stuff we're gonna talk about today. Before we actually dive into that, I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, I need for you guys to um share this post. Like, keep sharing it, keep sharing it, keep sharing it. Of course, we are still a new platform and we still are run a channel. Let's see. Also, my shirts, the Bearded Man Chronicle shirts, are out. We have the shirts. So they will be for purchase. In addition to that, I'm working on some mugs and some hats. So we all will have hats and shirts soon, and they'll be up for purchase. So I'll let you guys know once that is together. Um, Let me go here. What's going on, everybody, in the comments? What's up, Joe? What's going on with you? So icebreaker. If you had to choose between your long-term memory and short-term memory, which one would you um if you had to take one away, which one would it be? What up, Terrell? Terrell,
Long
what's up?
term.
Why?
I'd rather forget the stuff than keep it. So I'd rather forget long term memory. It erases a lot of stuff that brings up bad things, bad feelings.
Okay. What about you, Q?
Um, Short term,
Short term. Okay. Why?
because I rather have the memory of family dynamics and things that I remember growing up in family versus having short term.
Okay. For me, I would say I would give up long term because I think it would drive me crazy not knowing what I did a minute ago. And I think that, you know what I mean? So in that aspect, I think it would drive me crazy. So I think I would get rid of, if I had to pick, it would be most definitely long term. So y'all, we about to jump into it. So episode 35, and this is the state of our black culture. And so let me ask you guys this. What's up, Sheldon? What's going on with you? Question. Where do you guys think, as far as it relates to black culture, do you think that we have, because I oftentimes feel like we took 10 steps forward only to get knocked back 20 steps. I felt at once upon a time that, okay, we are doing some things. What's up, David? What's going on, man? I felt like we were doing pretty good, but now I feel like we took 20 steps back. Um, Not only with our people, I think within our democracy, more importantly. Also, guys, make sure you guys Tuesday vote. I don't know where you guys at, but make sure you guys vote. Voting is important.
Hmm.
So where do you guys feel like, where you think, as far as the state of our culture, where do you think we at, Q?
I feel like we have taken strides, certain strides, but I think we have much more room for improvement as a black culture. Um, so yeah, that's right.
What about you, Shay?
Um, I think we've taken a lot of steps backwards. I don't know how many steps backwards, but I do think we've taken some steps backwards. And I think the people that should be holding us accountable for taking the steps backwards aren't, because we are crutched to our own selves. We're our own demise.
Would you say we are? You said we are. You said something important. You said we are at our own demise. Is it because the lack of um, due to ignorance? Is it because of education?
No, I don't even think it's that. When it comes, like, I feel, and it's just my personal opinion. So please, don't nobody take this and say that I said this is permanent, written in stone, like the Ten Commandments. No, I think and I feel that ever since I've been a little girl, I've been told that we were held back because of the white man. That's what I've heard. I've heard that the white man has caused us to be held back. And to a certain extent, I somewhat believe that. But then I see our culture and I see us choose to do some things that we choose to do. We don't have the white man standing next to us saying, rob nobody. We don't have the white man standing next to us saying, don't go to school and get an education. We don't have the white man standing next to us saying, don't be good moms or don't be good fathers. We choose to do those things. And then we have all of these reasons why we fail at being good dads, because the dads was taken out of the families when they was younger, or because we didn't go to school, because we really don't have to go to school, because we don't need an education to be, successful in life. It's always a reason why we're shortcoming and it's shortchanging. And I just feel like we use that as a crutch. And at what point are we going to really say, to me, I just told Kevin the other day, I want to do Black Lives Matter for Black lives. Forget the whole Black Lives Matter march. Let's just do Black Lives Matter for Black lives, because we got to get within our community and our culture and feed them the same energy that we feed all the rest of the cultures out there that's against us. And that's what I feel personally. But again, it's not written in stone. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay. Terrell said lack of unity. There's so much civil division. I think you hit the nail on the head right there, Terrell. There is division. And I always say, before we can go out and preach to people, we have to take care of home. And when I mean home, I don't mean under our personal home. But what I'm saying is within our community. Before we can go educate to other people, there's so many Black people that's still ignorant to a lot of things or don't know anything. And we have to educate them. Like the whole Black Lives Matter. Let's talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. I get what the ideology of the Black Lives Matter movement, what it entails and what it stands for. However, why do we have to have, and I want to make sure I choose my words correctly, why do we have this in place when another race or ethnicity do something to us, but we don't hold our own race accountable when they do something to us? Like, that's what I see all the time. How can we empower the minds of people? How can we change the mindsets of people? I get people are doing, I feel like, drugs and stuff because there's a lack of jobs, there's a lack of education, so they stuck in this pool. But at what point, we can't keep saying like these things. How do we empower the minds of the people? Because there is more of us shootings than I see than white people killing us, and yes, that's as bad. And so, but why is that, Q? Why?
I think, honestly, for real, I think that it's really not people not teaching us. I believe that at some point we have to take accountability for our own actions. We won't be respected as a race until we respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. We, like you said, we want to march, when somebody does something to us. But then when we're killing each other in our own race, we got free Pookie t-shirts, and we know Pookie killed somebody in our own race. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all about us growing as a race. I'm not gonna say like we're like ignorant and people ain't teaching. Some stuff I feel like we just damn know we should know better. We'll rather rob each other for J's, and we'll rather kill each other over a bag of weed and dice game. Like, at some point we have to grow the hell up. The white man is never going to respect us until we start respecting ourselves as a race. It goes further, to us respecting our women. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes at a point now where women are okay with being called bitches and hoes. So I don't want my daughter growing up to think that it's okay, like I'm that bitch or I'm that hoe. No, you're not a hoe. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always had an issue with that because it's like it's degrading, and some of us find it funny, but it's like no, other races are looking at us like, yo, if you look at the Jewish culture, they ain't doing all that stuff like that. That's how they're able to keep the value of the Jewish culture.
Right. I feel you. What's up, Sid? And I think we had this conversation before, and Shay and I disagree because I feel like for me, I don't like the N word. I always say ninja. Ninja is my way of replacing that N word. And as long as we put these things in songs, and as long as we say that, then what we're saying is that it's okay for everybody. You can't say it's only okay for us when you put it in songs and you have fans of different ethnicities and all of that stuff. If you have fans of different races, cultures, and all that other stuff, how do you feel like, okay, I'm rapping, but then I get to the N word, I got to skip over it? No, quit. We have to start somewhere. And where do we start though? I think
I'm sorry. Okay, so Kevin knows that I disagree with the whole bitch word.
That's her favorite word is N.
No, it's not. Don't.
You do say that word a lot. I've told you that. You say that word a lot. You say that word a lot.
It is not my favorite word. My favorite word is money. But
allegedly.
No, I use it because the expression is used in a different, to me, again.
What, the N word or the B word?
Both of them.
Okay.
When I'm talking to my girlfriends and we say, the word, it's not used in a term of degrading.
You use it as a term of endearment.
I use it as a term of just, we're talking to each other. And even when I say the N word, it's not degrading, and I think in our minds, white people have told us that the N word is degrading because they can't use it. It don't have nothing to do with us. They've told us, and we have trained our minds to believe that when a white person says something, that it's God who says it. So if they can't use it, they're going to tell the entire world that it's a degrading word because we told them that it was degrading for them to use it to us. So when we say it, it's said, no, you can't use that word. They said, I be damned, you gonna tell me I can't use a word. I'm white. So if I can't use it, y'all can't use it. So then they turned that word into a negative word for us, and our people began to believe that that was a negative word just because white people said it was negative. And then all of us jumped on the bandwagon saying, oh yeah, that's a negative word. Don't use that word. Well, they were saying it nigger. We said nigga, a term of endearment. Now, granted, we all have the right to believe what we want. If you believe it's negative, you believe it's negative. I believe that it's a different content of when it's used. And when it's used in a different content and a context, then you can't say it's the same thing because naturally it's not. When somebody's saying, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up. And when somebody's saying, okay, bitch, you on fire. So you gonna fight somebody because they say, boy, you looking good tonight, bitch. You gonna turn around and sock them? Probably not. Because it's the way that it's used.
But I think we're at a different stage now because even when it comes to the word nigga, you have a lot of white people who use it when they talk to this younger generation when it comes to up and coming,
But why though? That's my question.
Because we'll be surprised, even though we're the most hated race, we're the most race that people want to be like. Yeah.
So let's go to the comments here because they are saying some good stuff. Okay. So Terrell said, we have to move away from the I don't care attitude. It have nothing to do with me mentally. People are stuck in a toxic cycle. Start parenting. Us being a village doesn't stop at 18-year-old. Guidance should never stop. I 100% agree. Sheldon said, how do we learn to accept the ways and means to empower our minds if we are taught? It's a good question. I'm trying to... David said, we be harming ourselves in our own race. We discriminate within our own race and be outcasting our own people. You know what, David? You said something that I 100% agree. I want you to respond to, okay, you said we be harming our race. Give us an example. I know exactly what you're saying. Give us an example, because I think everybody is discriminatory, if you ask me. Even if it's not with other races, we most definitely discriminate with our own people. If something is too ghetto, if it's something to this, you see what I'm saying? You segregating yourself, you know. But my thing is, how do we empower our people? If it's in songs, if songs still teaching women that, you know, you got to pop your wop to be this, or if you slanging the D and you got selling dope, you know, you cooking dope with a Uzi, whatever the song say, you know, how are we empowering our people? Because guess what? Our young youth are mimicking that. And that's the reason why a lot of them don't want to go to school, because they see it on social media, which I try to tell my cousins and nephews and nieces, don't believe everything you see on social media. Social media is a place where everybody can pretend to be. You would think these people have money and they don't even have a damn pot to piss in and a window to throw it out.
I think it goes deeper than that too. I think that it goes back to guidance. You know, yes, they're going to see a certain amount of stuff on social media. You know, now everybody want to be a rapper and everything of that sort like that. But they're not failing to realize that majority of those cars are rented, majority of that jury rented. You know what I'm saying? But we don't talk to them about having life insurance. We don't want to talk to them about going to school and, you know, having a regular college degree and different things of that sort like that. And it goes back to guidance. What are the examples that we're seeing in the household? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it starts at home, then it goes abroad.
Said, well, they created it and we took it away from them and spelled it differently and termed it into a term of endearment. I get that. I get the entire using the word of endearment, but do you think we setting? So okay, how do we? Okay, so if they put the word nigga in a song, do you expect that if you at a concert and there's white fans next to us and we just rapping and do you expect for them to stop at the N word and then continue on with it?
But there are people that do that.
But they're going to say
there's white people that I've been around that when a song comes on and it gets to that part, they literally will not say that word.
You know, but yeah, some of them. But again, because
I'm not going to be in the club and like finna fight them because they say it.
Me either. Me either.
They didn't. So racism was before your time, my time, all of our times, even before our parents' times. This was something that was inherited. Mm-hmm. So there are white people that aren't racist. There are white people that don't believe in this.
I agree.
Does that give them the right to say, walk down the street and be like, what up, nigga? Like, I've had white friends that I've said to them, don't ever say that to me, because for me, you don't have the right to say it to me. Now, whatever you do behind your closed doors or with your other friends, that's cool. But as far as I go, I don't want you saying it to me. Now, what I say to my homegirls, I've had white friends that said to me, what up, bitch? You cute. Okay. She ain't never called me no nigga. She never did that. But it's just, I think it's the way you represent yourself. Mm-hmm. I think it's the way you explain things to people and you set boundaries. And I think that people need to understand that there's a difference. And because you can't say it, don't mean that everybody around me can't say it. And white people have this thing, some, not all, but some feel like if they can't do it, They don't want nobody doing it. And that's not how life works. No, you still can't do it. And it's just the fact that you're giving them boundaries and they feel, some of them, that they can do whatever the hell they want to do in life and that nobody should correct them and they should just be able to fly through the wind if they want to. And that's why I said, you're not going to stop me from using nigga, because I know it's not derogatory. I know that. Bitch, I know it's not derogatory. I'm a very professional woman in my professional life. I'm not at work like hollering down the hallway, what up, bitch? But when I'm with my homegirls and we talking or whatever, we're not out in public saying it out loud or whatever. But it's a way that we talk here and there. It's not every single day, all day, nonstop. And I do sometimes, if I say nigga to you, what do I say? Don't play. I be like, my bad. And I say I'm sorry.
I listen, guys, I do not like the N word.
But I think it goes.
I say ninja.
I think now it goes two ways, because I think maybe not too long. Like, I have an aunt that's white. My uncle married a white lady. My cousins are biracial. So when it got to the fact of when the whole Karen thing came out, I had to check some of my friends. They're like, a Karen. No, don't disrespect. I have an aunt that's white. So I would take it offended, just like I would take it offended if anyone was to call me a nigga. So I feel like it's a two-way street at this point, because we're not taking into consideration of how they feel on their end, because everybody is not a Karen.
Yeah. You're right. You're right about that too.
So you think that some white people get offended because we automatically assume a Karen is automatically a white woman?
When the whole Karen thing came out, everybody considered every white person a Karen, every white lady a Karen. Oh, she's a Karen. Oh, she's a Karen. Everybody is not a Karen. One thing I will say positive about the Black Lives movement, it brought people together. You know what I'm saying? So I would never say that every white person hates black people. I have a lot of white friends that legit are real cool with me, who we hang out and different stuff like that. I just think that you do have some that are intimidated by our race, just like, because I feel like we're the chosen people. So a lot of people aren't necessarily intimidated by us just as a race, because we may not have a college degree. We may not have an engineering degree, but guess what? We have a whole lot of damn millionaires out here who start businesses and doing the shit without a degree, without an engineering degree. And guess what? We making shit work.
I guess I could see where you're coming from. David said, well, he said, we discriminate if someone is too proper. If you're not hard enough or gritty, glorifying good cars, bitches, as opposed to educating, managing finances, and treating people with respect, or even in the gay community where the black culture tear each other down based on feminine versus masculine, etc. So many areas where we tear each other down. I have to agree with you, David, when you said that. Sheldon said, I am in support of her. Too many times the mind is control, again, coming back to acceptance. Okay. So my question is, because we have, again, let's start at home. Even if it was my personal household, before I can go try to help your household or help Q's household, guess what? I have to start within the edifice of my own home. You know what I mean? So we have to start. My thing is, how do we empower our youth? How do we inspire our people? Now, I get it. Back in the day, they didn't have a lot of resources, but at this point, we got a lot of fucking resources.
We got too many.
I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of people, especially our people, that does not have tenacity, they want to use that as a crutch. It's the white man. I don't want to hear that shit no more in 2022, because the white man can't stop you from doing shit. You know who can stop you? You. It's everything within you. It's not a white man. It's not a black man. It's not an Asian man. It's everything within you. Because guess what? Nobody's going to stop my drive. Nobody's going to stop my will. Not in 2022. Now, maybe 1990. Okay.
Yes.
But 2022 is unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, and that's what needs to be said.
And I feel like I agree with, I feel like us as a race, personally, we blame the white male for everything. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of
that shit,
And I'm pretty sure, Shay, you get it, you know, and I've seen it to whereas we, and I'm just saying we as together, we don't even have clothes to come to an interview properly. I think it's the basics of the thing. How, you don't have a suit and tie for us. You don't have. You gonna wear jeans and some, huh?
Q,
We
that's
can't.
ignorance. No, listen, you can Google everything. What's appropriate to wear to an interview?
That's no. That's what I'm saying. That's what
You don't even have to have nobody teach you
But we-
anything.
Well, first of all, let's back up. You said people don't have the proper clothes to wear to an interview. I had clothes for jobs where I had a nonprofit where I would go to job, what do you call them? The job fairs.
Yeah.
And when they would come in, my booth was the first booth that you got to. So you could come in there and look through the clothes. It was like a little shopping store. I think again goes back to Kevin's question was how do we empower our culture? And it starts with our Black men. It starts with the people, you, Kevin.
But so the question is, what does that look like?
It looks like you. It looks like Kevin. It looks like our younger generation getting the younger generation to understand that, yes, if you want a nice car, if you want a nice house, you want the jewelry, you want the Gucci and the Fendi or whatever it is,
You work hard.
You have to work for it.
No slanging, no dope.
When you look at these rappers, yeah, you see all the glitz and the glam. They got to go in the studio sometimes hours out of the day. They work overnight. They not just in the studio shooting for 5 minutes and then they on with their life. They travel all the time. They're away from their families. There's work that's put into it, and they don't show that part. And people like Kevin, who is in a professional world, you're in a professional world. All the people you know, get together, go to these workshops, get workshops, and encourage and uplift and empower our men to understand that nothing in life you can get without hard work. That's how we get them, and that's what it looks like.
I just think with social media, the power of social media and youth is really, really hard. And like I think Terrell said, it's really going to take an entire village to actually pull and rope these kids back in, because guess what? They sing things that they enamored, but they are enamored by the wrong things. And a lot of times people are enamored by those because guess what? They don't see a man coming to going to work every day. They don't see him busting his ass and working hard and going across the stage and all that stuff and really doing that stuff. So they're enamored by quick money. They're enamored by the bitches. They're enamored by the hoes. They're enamored by the fast cars. They're enamored by all the wrong shit. That's because there's not a lot of positivity, first of all, that's coming across social media.
Yes.
Every time I see on social media, I see, if I can scroll up and I see some thirst trap pictures, not just by women, because it's not, by dudes too. So I want to clarify that thirst trapping is not just by women, it's dudes. That's all I see. People walking to jets, people eating at the lavish restaurants. Well, to a kid, and then you to a child's person, dang, they don't have no suit and tie. These rappers don't have no suit and tie guys, even though they working hard making money, but they rapping about something totally different.
You don't necessarily have to be seen in a suit and a tie. You can show, I could probably give, if I said I would give you $5 for every person that you saw, girl or guy, on Facebook, showing them at work, like really working and having a nice life, I probably wouldn't make it to $10 because nobody shows that. They shows them out to eat. They show about where they shopping at, but they don't show how I got there.
That's what I'm saying.
I literally just had 2 jobs. My last day of working is this weekend where I'll be working 2 jobs. Did I have to work 2 jobs? No. But I wanted to do it because I had other stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to get free hotels. I wanted to get discounted hotels. And I wanted to be able to have extra money to do whatever the hell I wanted to do with my extra money. But people are embarrassed to talk about that. They're not putting that stuff out there in the forefront to say, I work hard for what I have, and I'm not given this luxury. I'm at work 12 hours a day. I deal with 1,000 people. I just had an employee, a Black guy. He was new, and he was there for 30 days. And out of 30 days, guess how many days he missed?
Only
Just
one.
like I'll guess.
Only one. So
Shut
he seemed like a hardworking brother. I'll give
He
him one.
missed 21 days out of 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
He told me he missed.
Wait.
Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me. He missed 21 days out of 30 days. It might have been a little bit over 30 days, right? So he told me the reason he missed those days is because he didn't have money to get to work. Now, our job offers Uber. So they had fired him. So I went to HR. He begged me, please give me my job back. I promise I'm going to come to work. I'm going to do right. What did I do? I got his job back. The day he was supposed to come to work, did he come to work? Nope. I ain't heard from him. I ain't seen him.
So that's it's a mindset that we have to have, just as not just men, but as a race. Because I feel like sometimes we feel like everything has to be given to us. I feel like we have become comfortable with being on CareSource. We have become comfortable with being on Medicaid. We have become comfortable with getting boosters. So guess what? What the younger generation gonna look at us like? Oh well, guess what? Free health insurance. Guess what? We at home collecting a stimulus check. We at home collecting unemployment because we know that it come every week, but we refuse to get up. What our kids gonna look like? Oh, my daddy's sitting on the couch collecting a check for $350 a week. Guess what I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna do? Collect a check for $350 a week.
Yeah.
Yep. They become comfortable with more than anything excuses.
But you know what though? I agree. But you know what? They make them comfortable. And see, and don't get me wrong. I don't want people to think that I'm downing anybody who needs assistance, because I think assistance is great. I think assistance is for the needy, not the greedy. But how many people do you have that you know is greedy? People, it's like the system also putting stuff out there like, hey, you can get a nice manufactured home with new appliances and everything. But guess what? You can only have these people in here. And you can only have so many people spend a night with you a certain, times a night. But guess what? It's that control. But people in their mind, well, I only got to pay $49. And guess what they do? It makes you comfortable. If you only got a rent for $49 and they paying this and paying that, why would you want to get a job?
Because I don't think anybody has those. It's a book called Crucial Conversations, where it talk about making uncomfortable conversations comfortable. We don't even bring it up to the people that surround us, because then they'll begin to look at you and I as judgmental. We're judging you. We think we're better than you. But it's the lack of accountability. It's the lack of me saying, Kevin, you shouldn't want to be on Section 8. You shouldn't want to be on SSI, whatever the hell it is. What is it? What is that when they pay your rent? Section 8. You shouldn't want to be on Section 8 and have them help you out forever. Now, if something happens and you need to do it, we all understand.
Yeah, temporary, but some people live
you have
forever,
people who does it and
entire
live
life.
it and will never get a job, will never try to be better. And it's because sometimes you have people who are apprehensive about having those uncomfortable conversations because they turn into you judging them. And next thing you know, fell out with somebody just because you've tried to make them accountable for their laziness and their inability to want to have tenacity and be persevering. So
that's why I don't like it. I think it's good for those people. As I think it's a good service to get people like a booster, like to get them going, like a kid. They don't just jump on a bike. You give them a bike with training wheels on and let them go. And once you see that they got it on their own, you take the training wheels off. I think for Medicaid and the Bridge, the food program and the WIC program and Section 8, I think those are all good programs. That's to give you a booster. But that doesn't mean you need to still have a plan outside of that. Don't let that take over your mind and you live in this impoverished mindset that, you thinking you beating the system, but technically they beating you. You think you beating the system because you got Mike in there with you who's slanging dope, And so technically he can pay this up for 10 years. So you thinking you beating the system because you can go to the grocery store and buy lobster and all this stuff and do all of these things. You think you beating the system, but technically they beating you because you know why? They're constructing your mind to think, not to want to think outside that box.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to keep your mind at this because think about it. Where you going to go to have rent at this amount?
Mm-hmm.
So you thinking they beat the system, but they technically beating you because guess what? They got your mind. Your mind is stuck on this $49 or however much money that you're paying for your utilities and living expenses, but technically they got you. So how do we impoverish people? Because this is what I don't hate. And a lot of people have said this, and I really don't give a damn. When I say things to people, people always want to make it seem like, oh, judgmental. It's only judgmental when you're not doing what the hell you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when people say you're judging. Yeah, I mean, I'm judging because you know you shouldn't be doing this shit. Is being judgmental a bad thing? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think they use judgmental and you holding people accountable. I think that's a defense mechanism. When people don't want to hear what you're saying, that they'll begin to say, well, you're judging me. Judging you is saying that, you fat. That's judging you because I don't really know why you fat. You could be heavy set because of something that's hereditary. But to come to you and say, hey, I saw you eat 5 cheeseburgers today. And I know that that's not a healthy thing to do. And I want to help you so that you don't continue to gain weight and be obese and be unhealthy. That's not me judging you. That's me stating facts. That's me holding you accountable. And that's me trying to give you some type of leverage so that I can help you and assist you. So I think people take accountability and judgmental and they mix all that together and it's not the same at all.
People will construe some shit up. CO said, I'm all about a job and multiple streams of income. I have 5 jobs. If I had the time. All right. CO, let me get $20, bro. Joe said, nope, he gotta go. What's up, Becca Timber? What's going on here? Sorry, so late, y'all. He was handling stuff. It's all good, man. Sheldon said, when my mom used to try and instill in me to forget the TV and focus on school and try to be something, she would remind me that what I was seeing in the make-believe was the finished product. Ooh, I like that. I really like that, man. It says, when your advice cuts deep to a person who is not ready to hear what you say as movement, they would see it as judgment.
Yep.
And that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, at what point, like, we have to have accountability for ourselves. Like, I'm all about accountability. All about accountability. We can't keep saying the white man stopped us.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know things are not given to us. We got to work a little harder, but ain't nobody stopping us but us.
Yep.
In 2022, ain't nobody stopping us but you.
Nobody.
Not me, not Q, not Shay. It's you. You stopping your own self. We have to, and I hate that when you look on TV, you have all of these factitious people. You have people who, when you see all of these different shows, it's all about the glitz and the glam and looking good and stuff like that. But they don't really show people really working. Like, whatever you do, you got to work hard for it. I have multiple streams of income. I don't just have my one income. I have multiple. And, it's a mindset. Like, for me, it's a go-getter mindset. It's a certain type of way I want to live. I want to be able to buy what I want when I want it and not feel like I'm restricted in buying it. I like to go places. I like to get up and go. I like that. I like to help people. So somebody say, hey, I need to borrow such and such. I want to be able to, if I deem that you should get it, I want to be able to help you. So I work hard, but unfortunately with our youth, man, they only see it's really hard to kind of gravitate and get their minds to like even finishing school. Finishing school is really, really, really hard. I'm actually, even I was talking to a relative, and I have a younger relative who, and I haven't talked to yet, not doing anything in school, but why? Why you're not?
Well, school isn't for everybody. Granted,
high school is.
Oh! I thought you were talking about like college.
No, high school. And I hate that. I hate people say school ain't for everybody. Why isn't it? I think again, condition. You condition them to go to school, they're gonna go to school.
No.
I do. I think that is a mindset. I get not everybody are. I know some people are intellectually challenged. I get that and understand that. However, instead of giving our kids an option, first embed that in them. White people embed that in them. They know they're going to college, but guess what? We throw all of these 3-day parties because they decide to go. No, embed that in their head.
But I think that college does give you better opportunities. I don't think that if you don't have it, it limits your opportunities. I think that
I agree.
You are your own roadblock. But I think that a degree opens up more opportunities for you. And I'll never lie about that. But everyone that's successful in life doesn't have a degree. So it doesn't limit you. That's all. It doesn't limit you.
No, it don't. I know so many people without degrees is very successful. So
I'm not going to say college is for everyone. And I don't say that because I think that, all Black people have been conditioned. Honestly, I think it's the opposite way around. I think we've been told many years that we had to go to school and get into all this damn debt, when in all actuality, we could take plumbing, electrical, we could take construction, get a little license, and we could still be a millionaire, opening up our own business, training people, educating people, versus to going to school for 8 years, getting $200,000 worth of loans, and then making $80,000 a year.
But
don't even equivalent.
But again, that's on you. You making $80,000 a year because that's what you want. You have to go after. It's a continuous thing. You have to keep striving for more. Keep striving for more. But a lot of people get to a certain place and they get complacent. For me, I don't have a complacent spirit. Guess what? You give me 115,000, I want 116. I'm always going to keep. Nope, I want the extra dollar. Nope, I want. Yep, give me my 50 cent. Give me my 30 cent. I want it. Anything. I'm gonna always. I don't get complacent with anything. I want to keep going and going and going. And I think that's another thing too. We are complacent in our mind. We only dream of what we can see. Start dreaming about stuff you can't even see, and dream about things that you can't even, your mind can't even think of, because guess what? You can attain it. You can do any and everything. There's no job on this earth that neither one of us can't do. If we wanted to be a president, all we had to do is position ourselves to do that. Even a doctor. I just don't have the time in the college for that, so I take my hat off to them. All of these things. It's
important for us to know that too. Just today, I went up for a big interview, and this interview that I went up for, you had to have an engineering degree, and I obviously don't have an engineering degree. I have a degree, but it's nowhere near engineering. And this job pays phenomenal money. And in the beginning, I said I was going to apply for it, and I took back. I said I wasn't going to apply for it, and I ended up applying for it. I did wonderful in my interview, and I'll let you guys know next week. I should know by next week if I got the job or not. But I was excited. I was excited to even be a part of being picked. I was asked to interview for this position. It wasn't like I went up for it. It was literally the manager over this department had been asking me for months to apply for this position. And I finally felt like, you know what, if it's for me, it's for me. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's going to block it. And I don't have the education for it. I don't even have the experience for it. And when she asked me to apply, I said, I'm not an engineer. And she said, okay. I said, I don't know anything about this position. And she said, I can train you. So if I know, you are going to know, and you ain't got to worry about it. So sometimes it's not about the education. That's why I was saying sometimes
it's all who you know.
Yeah, it's who you know, and it's about your perseverance. You tell me all the time I work hard. Like I be doing too much. I'm always at work. I'm always doing this, but it's the people that see you, that God positions you to be in front of at the right time in the right place, where he says, hey, I'm going to give you this $150,000 job.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no engineering degree. You ain't never been in this position a day in your damn life. But it was the people that he put me in front of and the opportunities. So you don't necessarily have to go to school, but again, it always opens up better opportunities for you. Always.
I agree. I think it's like you said, it's not what you know, who you know. Does education help you get to certain places and put you in positions? It does. However, it is not the end all be all. I feel like you have to have, in today's world, you have to have some type of skill, some type of trade certification, something. Hell, sometimes you may need all of them. It just depends on what you going for and what you deemed as success. Success is not because I see this person and they making this, right? You may make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 less than them. But success is ultimately up to you and what you deem as success. I'm actually going through some type of a career thing where I love IT. It's the brain of every company. But I'm at the place where it's no longer about money. I want to do something that I'm passionate about. Even if that says I need to take a pay decrease, I'm okay with that.
Wait, but what you say? Wait a minute.
No. I said I want to do something that I'm passionate about, even if it's a pay decrease.
Mm-mm.
You don't think I'm gonna do it?
When I say you got a fever, let's shut this show down. It's over with. I'm gonna go pick him up and take you to the hospital. I'm not gonna take you to the hospital. I'm taking you to the hospital, okay? Because we going to the hospital.
No, I'm seriously, like, I've really been thinking about that because IT, yes, that makes good. Everybody know IT is the brain of everything, every corporation, organization. But am I passionate about IT? No. Do I like the perks that come with that? I do. But as you guys know, ultimately my goal is to become a clinical psychologist. And in order to get one of those, a high level degree in that, you either have to have experience, because guess what? School is going to be much longer. So I want to transition myself into a career, and clinical social work doesn't make near as much IT make, but I'm passionate about people. So also what I'm saying is that you have to, what your level of success may be totally different than what Q think and what Shay think. Hold on, let me go to the comments. Becca Timbe said, I think that college may not be the only place to advance ourselves. You still have to be willing to find out what your next level is. Even a barber is certified. He said, I still don't understand why there's so much student loan debt, where there are companies giving away scholarships in every major if you're left-handed or if you have gay parents.
A lot of those scholarships, like, you don't even know about. You really have to do some research. It's not like out there playing in the air and they say, hey, come and apply for me. You really have to research them.
And then they have fucking deadlines. Once you research them, you missed the deadline. Like,
you probably missed it. Yeah.
I went through school. I graduated with my master's with a 4.0. Well, actually, my undergrad, I graduated with 4.02. And they were saying, well, they was asking me questions. Well, asking certain questions that I can be qualified for scholarships. And so once they said, hey, you're eligible for so many When I tell you I've been searching, I still can't find them. And if y'all can find them, let me know. Because they say they are out there, but where are they?
I
Because
won one scholarship for $500, and I literally saw it today that I got awarded $500, and I had to write this essay. I don't even know what I had to write the essay about. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie, but I got $500.
and you probably had to do a lot of work for that.
I had to do a 2-page essay.
And a lot of work
About
probably ain't
something.
gonna
I
buy
don't
you
remember.
pencils in college.
That's my what do you call it? The service fee. The service fee is $170. So that's like to use the internet for their books, their audio books and things like that. So yeah, I mean, $500 is really not a lot of money, but I had to write a 2-page essay about whatever the hell I had to write it about, and it's like for $500, dude, I'll cash some bottles. I'm not doing all that.
So if you think about if they're giving you 20 and 30,000,
Yeah, I gotta give blood.
when I say you probably have to give your soul, your blood, and write 3 books and publish them in APA, 8th edition.
Right. No. And I'm like, who has that type of time at our age? We're working full-time, real jobs. Like, well, I am. You kind of chill and lay up and sip pina coladas during the day. So.
But I worked hard to get to that place.
Yeah. So
I worked hard to get to that place. Shit.
So we're gonna let you sip your pina coladas.
Yeah. So but yeah, we have a lot of things we need to do. We have a lot of things we need to do to get people and try to change people. I'm always encouraging people, even when I see, because I started school, I went to school late. I was well off into the health field until somebody encouraged me, like, listen, you have been doing this for such and such years. You need to go. You're going to advance this, this, and this. So I always tell people, you're never too old to do anything. As long
what
as
year was it when you started?
I started in.
How old were you? I mean, I'm sorry.
Shit. When did I start? Like 9 years ago.
So you was about 31, 32.
No. I was Yep. I was about 30.
Okay.
And in like 9 years, I've have 3 degrees. And that's because it was not easy. I'm telling you guys. When I tell you I sat in not this same place, but I've sat in the same room and cried because there's been school. I think school is really the survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? It's not what you know. It's all about you completing something. It's just that I have the drive and the tenacity. I knew what I wanted to do and stuff like that. So we have to empower people, empower our youth. If, I know these youth are different and they like to talk back and stuff, but like, even if I see my nephews with their pants down, pull your pants up. Do you know what that means? Are y'all really selling ass out here? Because that's what that mean in jail. You trying to give up ass? Is that what you're trying to do? But people just follow trends and fads. They don't really educate themselves on stuff. They like, oh, this is cool. So guess what? I'm gonna follow what's cool. No, you gotta even educate yourself on stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I think there needs to be there needs to be some type of not Black Lives Matter, but there needs to be some type of awareness within our community that's just as widespread and mainstream as Black Lives Matter, because it needs to be brought to our attention in the forefront that we're doing more killing in our community than outside. And I hate when people say, oh, it's a lot of killing in the white neighborhoods, but no one says anything. And it's like, really? Like, that's what you go tell me? Oh, it's bad in the white neighborhoods. Well, why is my damn car insurance cheaper than it is in Detroit? Why my car been sitting out there and ain't nobody broke into it? Is it just pure luck? When I lived in Oxford, nobody broke into it. When I lived out in East Point, before East Point turned into a different city, nobody broke into it. When I lived in Auburn Hills, nobody broke into my car. So you're not going to tell me that all the suburban areas are just as bad as the inner cities. Why? Why? We gotta start to be honest about what's really going on and find out what's wrong. What can we do to help our generation, our girls and our boys? And I don't really know where to start, but we need to start for sure.
But again, let me ask you this: how do it? And I get music is music. I know you like Megan Thee Stallion and all of those. Yeah, you're a twerkaholic. But my thing is, how do it make you feel when you see those videos about WAP? How do you feel about how many young girls?
Entertainment. It's like me watching a movie with Megan Good tongue kissing a guy and fucking him. I know she's not really doing that in real life. That's her entertaining us. That's a guy acting like he's gay in a movie, but he's really not. That's entertainment. So I can't take that and run with it. But I mean, everybody's different. I don't know what happened to him.
It looked like we lost him.
No, he's in the. What is he doing?
So you guys say, okay.
What are you doing?
No, my thing went out. I think I hit the wrong button. Sorry, guys. Can you hear me?
But yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I think it's pure entertainment. And I think we put too much emphasis on entertainment. Like we need to say, hey, this entertainment. Now, granted, I think some stuff is a little bit, I don't know, touchy. But hell, they was talking about this years ago. They just didn't say it in those terms, turn off the lights, light a candle, let's get the mood right. He was just saying it in a more classier way. But at the end of the day, he was talking about fucking, okay? And he was talking about WAP. So he just wasn't saying it. He was just saying it classy.
Oh, so he really wasn't just trying to light a candle to keep the room smelling good and all that stuff?
No, he said turn off the lights and light a candle. Yeah, that song. I'm in the mood.
I thought that he meant just turn off the lights, light a candle, make the room smelling good and stuff like that.
Wait, what was he talking about?
What was you talking about?
He was talking about smacking some ass, right?
They were about to get it in. Like I think I was listening to a song, an old school song the other. It was called "Stand Up in It." What in that thing?
You said what?
It's called "Stand Up in It."
Stand up in your truth. That's it.
If that's what you want to believe.
But I'm saying, okay, even if they was talking about that, at least it was like they was classy about how they said it.
The lyrics say you ain't did nothing right until you able to stand up in it.
Stand up.
Listen, I think I might close out on that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, said because you talk what he said because you talking about WAP, the Lord ain't like that. Had to cut you off for a second. Yes indeed. He said not today, not tomorrow.
And I say some of that stuff they talk about, it's the same stuff that are, all these older songs, they just wasn't as raunchy. That's what it is. We're very raunchy now. So, we talking about swirling on the dangalang and going up and down on it and, spitting on it and taking it out and licking it. And so, of course, it's a little bit more raunchy. Mm-hmm. But then you got the old songs that said you kiss it and you hug it and you love it. And we know what they're talking about, but it's raunchy. So it's entertainment.
But once you start doing your research on stuff, you start to be like, what? Like the electric slide. We on the dance floor getting it. But the electric slide is actually based off a vibrator.
What? I know that.
Yes, Google.
You talking about the 1-2 step? Let me see you 1-2 step.
No, the electric slide.
To the left?
Yes, the line.
Take it back now, y'all. Crisscross.
No, that's not the old school.
Well, we're going to say allegedly because we got to research that. We're going to say allegedly.
No, research it. It came out a few years ago what the electric slide really is. Read the lyrics. I'm taking you on a party ride. I'm going to teach you the electric. Google it.
Take you on a party ride? He going to... See, I don't know. See,
Google it. It's gonna tell you.
I'm about to do some research. Listen,
If you
y'all.
look at a lot of stuff between now, it's much more like you said. Shay said it's much more raunchy. So if you go back in, and you have Hello Barbara. This is Shirley. Barbara wasn't playing no games with Shirley. She was like, look, this is my man.
No, Barbara.
you
So
come
Barbara was just calm about it. Nowadays, the girls are keying up your car, busting out your windows. They doing drive-bys.
Killing you. Fuck it. I'll kill you.
They ain't doing no
Wanna play?
Barbara and Shirley.
We ain't
Yeah,
placing
come on,
no phone.
play.
We ain't placing no phone. We pulling up.
Pull it up. I'm pulling up. I'm not asking no question. I'm getting out shooting. And I'm gonna ask after everybody laying on the ground.
Yeah, Barbara
Like,
and
oh
Shirley
shit,
ain't
that
playing
was
no
your
games
sister.
with
My
you.
bad. I didn't know that was your sister. I just saw a girl and I just started shooting. Okay.
But listen, y'all, this brings us to the end of the show, y'all. You know, again, this was a great conversation, a conversation that I think is needed. I think we need more conversations like that. Also, too, I want to actually do a show like this and also invite some young youth. So maybe we can get Mac on, and I can get some other young people on to get their perspective. I think I would like to do this again, but get their perspective and ask questions, because guess what? They are the subject matter experts, and we don't know everything that they think and how they think, and I think that would be great to bring on some young youth. So we're gonna get that going. As always, we like to leave you guys with something. So Shay, what you want to leave us off with?
That our youth is our future. Hey Art, good to see you. Well, we finna close out, hon.
What's up, Art?
Our youth is our future, so we got to start pouring into them. It's so imperative and important. They will be the ones that's in the senior citizen homes watching us and caring for us and feeding us. So if we look out at our youth and see them now, whew, I'm gonna just tell you, Kevin, you take me out, I'm gonna take you out, okay?
Q, what can we leave? CL said, listen to Lucille Bogan, the original WAP singer. All right. Yeah, I'm about to pull that up. And I'm also listening to this electric slide. Q, what you gonna take us out with besides the electric slide? What you gonna take us out with?
So I found a quote, and I think it's dope. And it's, I want to be at a table where I will be seated next to people who want changes as much as I do.
Oh, good. I like that.
I like that. I'm gonna leave you off with you guys with this. Next Tuesday, have y'all asses at the polls. If y'all not at the polls, I hope y'all did the absentee ballots. But vote. That's one privilege that our ancestors fought so that we can do. So if you can't do anything else, use your power at the polls and vote. And I'm going to leave you off with that. Like always, I thank each and every last one of you guys for taking out the time to, come rock with us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I greatly appreciate it. Please, guys, I'm urging all of you to share this live if you're on YouTube or Facebook. Don't forget to like this video. Everybody go to the little YouTube and hit the thumbs up, like the video. We are still a growing platform. We are 35, 36 episodes in. And I greatly appreciate all of you guys, because you guys didn't have to, without you guys, there's no show. And we greatly appreciate that. So till next week, thank you guys. We love you guys. And thank you for rocking with the Bearded Man Chronicles and this panel. We greatly appreciate you guys.
The electric slide, he said, is about a sex toy.
Y'all go do y'all research on that, because Q be somewhere else. So don't take Q's word. Do y'all own research. And
Take
we
my
out.
word.
All right, peace.